Good morning. It's time for today's AM Minnesota program. Jerry filling in for Gordy. He's on his way, maybe even in Italy by now. Going to be a fun program because we are going to be talking about BABS night coming up. Sue Urbanbach is in studio along with Franz Bolter. Sue, what's the first thing I said when you came into the studio today?
You asked me if I brought your breakfast from the fair stand.
And what do I usually order? The number 3, if I remember correctly.
Eggs and toast and hash browns?
You got it.
Sorry, the fair
So
stand isn't open yet.
yeah, I'm guessing, Jerry, you've been there a couple of times.
A few years every day of the fair.
That's good.
That's right.
And I always say, if it tastes great and it isn't broke, why fix it?
Exactly. They say that routine in life is good. It'll make you live longer. So there you go.
Oh, all right. Well, maybe before the market break, we better briefly mention the topic, BABS night. I was kidding these two characters before we went on the air too. Gee, this sounds like it is kind of fun. I've heard the programs past years. Can Lutherans come too?
Absolutely. Being a Lutheran, Jerry, come on in. You'll feel right at home. You'll feel right at home. We're also going to promote our Heroes for Hope run, which is Saturday morning.
Oh.
And then BABS is in the evening. So we're going to promote both events today.
Boy, it sounds like quite a day then.
It is a great day, and it'll start 9 o'clock in the morning out at Alexander Park with our Heroes for Hope run. And we've added a feature this year in that for anybody who is intimidated by the 3 to 6 mile distance that the 5 and 10K distances are, we've added a 1 mile untimed walk. If someone wants to come down and just take a leisurely stroll around Alexander Park. And the weather is supposed to be great.
The official forecast, a little over 60 degrees and sunshine on Saturday. How about that?
We were due for a good one, Jerry. The last 2 years ago we had snow and ice, and last year it was raining sideways with thunder and lightning until about 20 minutes before the event. So we're excited to have good weather, and it should really help attendance.
I like the idea too of, okay, we've got some people competitive out there and let them go and do their thing, but something so that families could take a leisurely walk, everybody can get involved.
So that means, Jerry, that you can come down and walk?
Did you see that that smirk? She's wondering if I could walk that far, Franz. That's what she's doing here.
Well, you kind of hit the nail on the head, though, is that we get all kinds of people here. We do have some very competitive runners that jackrabbit out of the start, and then we have people that just have a leisurely run, and we have families that run together, we have families that walk together, friends that walk together. Anybody, no matter what their persuasion is in terms of exercise, they can participate in this, and it's a really nice course too. Like we said, the untimed walkers, the 1 mile untimed walk, that's all the way through Alexander Park. The people doing the 5 and 10K runs, they get to take advantage of the faribault trail system, and it's a beautiful run. People that have done it and come from out of town say it's one of the most enjoyable runs that they have. So we're proud of it, and we're anxious to see it grow.
Sounds like that's kind of the theme of everything that Bethlehem Academy does. Families doing things together and friends doing things together. I've noticed working with you guys for a number of years at the fair, that's a theme of a lot of things, isn't it, Sue?
Absolutely. BA is one big family.
Yeah, and it generally it is going to hold true for everything that we do. And it ties into our partners for the Heroes for Hope run as well.
Well, Franz Bolter and Sue Urbanbach are guests in the studio today, talking about the upcoming BABS night, and also something that was new. Of course, that was a good coaching I had from Gordy and John and what the program was all about. But Franz, why don't you start out first this Heroes for Hope run? Now, what a great idea. How did that come about? And Heroes for Hope reminds me that we're doing some sort of fundraising for someone.
We are, and what this used to be, Jerry, is the first 3 years that we ran it, it was called the Cardinal Cruise. And as of last year, we began partnering with 3 agencies in our community and in our area that match up as far as their missions. They match up very well with our mission and our beginnings. The 3 agencies are the Hope Center, Ruth's House of Hope, and Whispers of Hope. And they're all agencies that advocate for women, children, and families who are seeking healthy direction in their life. And we were a school that was founded 150 years ago by 5 Dominican sisters from Cincinnati who were starting a school to take care of young children and giving them a healthy place to get an education. And so we just thought that it broadened our base. It matched up so well with our mission. And so last year was the first year that it became Heroes for Hope. And the 3 Hope agencies are extremely excited about it. We're excited about it. And as people register, people were concerned, I think, last year that when we partnered that we were diminishing the profit for Bethlehem Academy, and that couldn't have been further from the truth.
This is another case of that new math where you start partnering together, 2 + 2, and you get 5 or 6.
Well, that's kind of the deal here, is that the only way that we get hurt on is if people don't participate, where our profit is going to be the same as it's been in the past, except that when we bring in the Hope agencies, if there is a person who is trying to support one of those 3 agencies, they can get a code from that agency for when they register, and they will actually get a third of their entry fee going toward that agency. We are the the organization that sponsors it. We're the one that provides all the volunteers and all the workers and so on and so forth. So we're still the primary beneficiary, but we really did some things this year to help them to increase their profits, and yet they were very, very happy with what came their way last year. So 4 really good agencies that have been a very important part of Faribault and the surrounding area are joining together for a very, very healthy event.
That was just what I was thinking, that the funds that are raised are going to stay right here, helping citizens, friends, family members, acquaintances in Faribault.
Exactly. It's a tremendous partnership, and we want the whole community to be involved in this, and all the things that we're doing right now. We want to promote community. This is an awesome community. I mean, I think we're a unique community in the things that we do with the different agencies, the different programs, the different schools, everybody joining together. We've got our 150th celebration coming up at the end of the summer, and I just got an email from someone who said, here's the other things that are going on in Faribault. Do you want to work with us? And we absolutely do. We will promote everything that's going on that same weekend. We want everybody to come and enjoy the full Faribault experience.
Before we move on to the details of BABS night, let's go over what time was registration Saturday morning.
Okay.
Give us those details again.
Yeah, so first of all, you can register online, and the website is actually on the Bethlehem Academy website. If you just go and you look under news, click on Heroes for Hope, it will take you to the registration. You can do online registration until 8 o'clock on Friday morning. You can also register on site on Saturday, and registration opens at 7:30, and the 10K run starts at 9 o'clock, the 5K starts at 9:05, the 1 mile walk starts at 9:40, and then a kids fun run, that's a free kids fun run, starts at 10:30. And interspersed is the award ceremony and just a lot of fun in between.
Well, it sounds like a great morning. And then BABS night starts the evening, Sue, or does it? I don't remember exactly.
Doors open for BABS night at 4 o'clock, and then we will run until midnight at the school.
If people want to hang around that long.
They want to hang around that long, but so the doors will open at 4 o'clock, and the live auction will start at 7:45 sharp. Between 4 and 7:45, there will be food available to purchase. There will be games to be played. We'll have a number of raffles that people can purchase, and those raffle drawings will occur immediately before the live auction starts.
Hearing about some of the activities and the things and the prizes and the games, it sounds like you better come with your smiling face on and be ready to do some laughing.
That's right.
Yeah, the gym is really going to be active this year, and that's what we were looking for. We told the committee that we believe you're the people that can just add excitement to the gym. We want it to be loud, we want it to be crowded, and we want it to be fun. And I think they've done a great job with that. Our raffles are going to be great. If you've ever been to a meat raffle, they are just an event in themselves. And so we'll have a meat raffle, we have an outdoors raffle that includes just a lot of things that are intended for the outdoors person. And Sue, I don't know if you want to outline that at all.
I know they're looking at some hunting things. Like we have a gift certificate for 2 people to go to the Minnesota Horse and Hunt Club and do trap shooting. That's on the outdoor raffle.
I would like to try that sometime.
I would too.
I'm not much of a hunter, but it'd be fun to try it.
I agree,
I think we're getting some donations of like some clay targets. Some of it is along the theme of, you know, our new trap shooting team with the high schools and stuff. So just a bunch of different stuff. We have a ladies only raffle table which has some massages, pedicures, Tastefully Simple basket, and yeah, other lady type stuff.
I'm glad you said ladies only for the pedicure.
Yes, ladies
and
only.
then
Massages,
daughter Laura
pedicures.
thought that my fingernails and were looking tough and I should go, and I said no.
We also have a golf raffle, so there will be gift certificates for rounds of golf at the Legacy. There's also a single membership to a non-member at the country club. That will be on the raffle table as well. A nice driver, I believe.
Beautiful driver. If it was just the driver, it'd be worth it. So and then I think golf balls and just a number of things that make that golf raffle very appealing for a golfer.
We also have some fun games people can play. We'll have little putting green, miniature golf. We'll have the beanbag toss that they can stand around and, you know, play while they're visiting. We'll have Franz in the dunk tank.
Oh, I did hear that rumor. That is true.
Well, not only Franz, I believe Scott Hansen will be in the dunk tank at one point as well.
Scott Hansen, possibly Steve Zabel. There'll probably be 3 of us in there for about an hour apiece.
I tell you what, Sue, I'll make a contribution to BABS night. I'll bring the ice for the dunk tank.
Thanks, Jerry.
What are friends for?
Really appreciate that. I was kind of hoping that we could get the water in early so we'd have a chance to warm up. But,
like it about 90 degrees in there?
Well, you know, at least 80.
And just think of all those cell phones ready to click, the expression on Franz's face when he drops into that ice water.
Ice water?
Yeah. It'll be fun for somebody, but I'll keep my smile on above water and underwater.
Yeah, because it's for a good cause.
It's for a great cause. It's for a great cause.
Not only do we have the raffles, but my committee has worked really hard to come up with new and exciting items to put on the live auction. One of the new ones, Jerry, this might interest you. I call it Wild.
Is it a tractor?
No. I call it Wild Blue Yonder, and it's tandem skydiving for 2 people.
All right, now that's one of the things that was on my to-do
That's
list.
your
I'd
bucket
like
list?
to do
It's your
a
bucket list?
skydive, and my dream was always to get a private pilot's license, and I'm not sure at this late date, I'm ever going to get a license, but I could maybe do the skydiving.
You know that the tandem skydiving
It's very safe because you're strapped
to somebody else. But
a
this is-
professional, we
yes.
might add, yes.
This is for 2 people to go, and it's through the Southern Minnesota Skydiving, which is located in the Waseca Airport. So that's one of our newest items, and then we have some.
It sounds a lot safer than alligator wrestling, bungee jumping,
I'm hoping
wild
not.
cow milking that I've done in the past.
I'm hoping nobody puts an alligator in the dunk tank. There's not enough room for both of us.
We have Gopher tickets this year to their opening game against TCU. There's 4 tickets to the Gophers game.
That's going to be between 2 of the top 25 teams in the country. That'll be fun.
We have a couple of gift certificates to an elite hockey or goalie camp at Shattuck.
Ooh.
One for a girl, one for a boy. Also a soccer camp at Shattuck. Franz is putting a new one on here. I call it Come One, Come All, It's Time for Volleyball. Can you elaborate on what that is, that package?
No, Franz talking volleyball? Where has that ever happened before?
It was just a random thought that I had, Jerry. We are going to auction off an opportunity for 12 adult women. They can be moms, they can be alums, past players, whatever it might be, to come and do a volleyball camp a day at BA. And we'll also provide food and beverages, and what I'd like to do is I'd like to bring our volleyball kids in to interact with these women and just really make it a fun day of volleyball, and they can kind of live out their dreams and fantasies and so on, and maybe we'll even make a videotape for them, and they can get a videotape out of it. So
and maybe
also learn a little bit about.
Yeah, and that's part of it is, you know, I think a lot of times fans, they like to learn about the game. Especially if it's a game they're not real familiar with the rules and so on. So we'll show them the drills that we use and let them do those drills, and we'll play a little bit, and we'll laugh a lot, I'm sure.
And maybe one of those alums can teach the current varsity volleyball team member a thing or two, right?
Always open for ideas.
One of the other things, Scott Hansen is doing what he calls Friday Night Lights, and it's for 10 men, dads or alums, to basically relive their high school football days again. It would take place at halftime of our homecoming game, so under the lights on Bruce Smith Field. It'll be two-hand touch, 10 of them,
10 minutes.
10 minute.
Yeah. So they'll get introduced. They'll have jerseys, and they're gonna have a lot of fun with that.
Of course, everybody always says, "Oh man, is there going to be a rescue squad down there?"
I think it's required.
Maybe for that night, 2 ambulances here.
We'll be sure and take care of them. We are also doing bucket raffle this year. Excuse me. Instead of doing the silent auction, we actually have 12 items that are valued at $75 or more. They'll be lined up on a table. They'll each have a bucket in front of it, so you can pay $1 for a raffle ticket. You can buy as many raffle tickets as you want, go down the list and just drop them in the buckets of the items that you choose. Some of those items are, we have a handmade quilt that was made by, it's a beautiful red, white, black, BA colors. The quilt was made by Marianne Deschamps Cantor. She's a class of 2009 graduate. We have an iPad mini with the clam case keyboard. It's on there. We also have an Amazon Echo. Do you know what an Amazon Echo is?
I don't have a clue. I barely knew what the tablet was.
Okay, so the Amazon Echo is, you see on your smartphones, you've got Siri, or you can always ask questions and get information from your phone. The Amazon Echo is basically the same thing, but it sits in your house. So it's set up to be an interactive question.
It'll play whatever music you want to do. Tell the Echo that you want to play a song by so and so, and away we go. It's unbelievable all the things that it does. When I first saw it advertised, I thought, wow, that'd be
And
great.
what were we talking about before we went on the air? When I was in college, we thought we were pretty cool when we had a calculator that would add, subtract, multiply, and divide. And the only computer was in a huge building mainframe at the university.
Exactly.
We also have a BA traditional class ring made by Jostens. That is on the bucket raffle, and then it's a ladies ring. It's a size 7, but part of the package is free resizing and free engraving on that ring. So if any of you alums out there, if you've lost your ring, or if you would like an opportunity to have the traditional BA ring, this will be on our bucket raffle.
That might be real high on someone's list.
We also have one, this might interest you, it's called Fun with Cooking.
Oh, all right, let's have it.
Our senior class put this together. It's a gift certificate for 2 people to go to, I can't remember the name of the place right now, it's up in the cities, and it's a cooking class. So you go to the cooking class, and then the basket includes, so the gift certificates for 2 people, some kitchen utensils, and I believe our senior class is also making their own cookbook that will be part of that basket as well.
The only cooking I do, it's a box with a hand on it.
Hamburger helper?
Yeah, you open it up and put it in the microwave.
Macaroni and
cheese.
Oh,
I might handle one where it says punch 2 holes in it before you put it in the microwave.
Well, if you can boil water, Jerry, there's a whole bunch of things you can make.
We have on the live auction this year, the students in the industrial arts shop made this. It's a pair of cedar Adirondack chairs with a side table that sits between them. It is absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, for your deck or
yes,
out on the
it is beautiful.
They're beautiful chairs, beautiful table.
They did a phenomenal job.
There's a great example again of students at the school helping with BABS night, making that and then to.
On the bucket raffle, we have it's a cross that was made by a graduate 2013. He made it out of old barnwood.
Ooh, and that stuff is really popular.
With the skills that he learned while at BA in the industrial arts class, so that is on the bucket raffle as well. So we have some awesome items this year.
Just a lot of fun stuff.
Yeah.
People are really, really going to enjoy the changes and the opportunities that are there to get some really neat items.
And our food that's available this year.
It's prepared, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Bernie and Jana Viscomi from Bernie's Grill are preparing our Italian side. Our theme this year is a tour of Europe, so we're trying to bring in different decorations and stuff representing Europe. So anyway, for the Italian side, they're making 3 different kinds of pasta. So one would be a beef, one would have chicken, and one would be a vegetarian. So that would be the Italian meal. And then Joe and Catherine Donahue from Ace Hardware are making our German meal, so it'd be brats and all the fixings and potato salad.
Sauerkraut.
Yes.
Okay.
So you could
Just
have your
wanted to
choice.
check.
You know, the cost for each meal will be the same. So you can either have the Italian, you could have the German. There'll be desserts included in each meal. The Cheese Cave is doing a wine and cheese tasting event, so you can sample their cheeses.
Better have some Amma Blue there.
That's right. That's right.
Always.
Yes. Am I missing something? What else?
Well,
Oh, I thought of something.
What?
Are we going to have the world famous Cardinal Cafe Amma Blue cheeseburgers there?
Not at
Oh,
BABS night.
we have to wait to the fair.
You have
then,
to
I
wait
guess.
to the fair.
Oh.
Sorry.
there will be the world famous bread from the Cincinnati Dominican Sisters
yeah.
from the Mound in the, what do we call that area?
It'll be our marketplace,
Yeah.
so it'll be in the main hallway outside the gym. So you can purchase your cinnamon bread or your caramel rolls, or and they go pretty fast. So if you want some, you got to get there
You
early.
want to get there early for those things.
Every year we keep increasing our order, and we always sell out. So.
And that's good marketing. You're creating demand and a shortage, so to speak.
Exactly.
Yeah, see? Ah.
What else am I missing?
Well, I think that some of the traditional things that show up on BABS are still there too. We've got I think a half a hog and a quarter of beef and a beautiful recliner from Erickson Furniture, Twins tickets. So we have a lot of the most popular things that we've had in the past, but they've done a great job of adding new items that maybe we haven't had available in the past. So this is, if you haven't been to BABS for a few years, this is the time to come back and just see the new things that we have, and hopefully just a great atmosphere and a huge crowd. We're hoping to break records for both events, for both the Heroes for Hope Run and for BABS, and we think that we're going to have the weather to do it. So people will be out and about.
Franz, you mentioned that for the Hero for Hope, go to the website and then there's a link. What about all these neat things, and probably a whole lot that, Sue, you haven't organized? Is there kind of a list of all the things on the website too?
Not yet, but we hope to have that up on the website by the end of the day.
Because some people are organized enough that they want to go through it and plan out what
Absolutely.
what they want to bid on or what they want to do, and so that would be a great way to.
That's a great point, Jerry, and like Sue said, by the end of the day, that list will be online and people will be able to see what we have.
Not that I'm that organized to be able to do that, but some people are.
It's a great point. So,
And everyone is invited, the entire
Everyone's welcome.
community.
It's $5 to get in the door.
and that's, if all you want to do is just have fun and interact with people.
I'd be enticed just with the food that you
Or
have.
come in and have a
Well,
brat.
Yeah, I mean, you can plan your evening meal. You can bring the family. It's very affordable for everybody.
Clarify
And-
that. You can't bring the whole
Oh,
family
that's
because you
true.
must be
That's true.
21 to attend.
Oh, because of the
Right.
raffles and
Yes.
some of those
You
things.
must be
That's right.
21 to attend
Right.
BABS.
Right. So,
Are you gonna card me if I come?
well, how
Do you
old
want
are
me
you,
to?
Jerry?
It'd be a compliment at my age.
No, it's this is our 31st year for BABS, and if for an event to hang around for 31 years, that means that there's a lot of people over a long period of time that have put some great work into it and had some great ideas. Typically, in the world of fundraising, fundraisers have about a 10-year life cycle, and then you either have to get rid of them and replace them, or you have to revamp them. And this is probably one of the years where we're doing some revamping, but it's a process that has gone on for a long time, and it's an event that people don't want to get rid of. They really enjoy it, and it's been great for everybody.
And it's a fundraiser for Bethlehem Academy. That helps with the tuition. Some families that maybe, right? Is that the whole idea, Sue? That's how it got started, what, 31 years ago?
31
did you
years
say?
ago, yeah. The first BABS was in 1985. And that actually was the first year that I was at BA, so I guess that dates me a little bit. But it was a tremendous group of people that got it started, and then there have been so many people along the way that have taken up the reins and put the work into it. But you're right, Jerry, in that it is intended for our students. Everything that we do is for our students, to give them the best quality education and the best affordable education that we can give them. And we don't, our tuition rate is not a rate that covers the cost of a student at BA. They pay about $1,000 less than what it actually costs us to educate each student. and the difference has to be made up through fundraising and donations and people's generous gifts and so on. And we have a tremendous base of donors and contributors, and it extends beyond the BA community itself. Faribault has been very, very supportive of Bethlehem Academy, and we have some great cooperative efforts in terms of athletics with Faribault Public, even with MSAD and Shattuck, and we're very, very proud of all the schools in Faribault, and this is our niche. This is a niche that works well for a lot of people, and we do everything we do with great pride, but also a great appreciation for what everybody in this community does for kids and for education.
We only have about a minute left, but let's go through briefly recapping the schedule. Saturday morning, Franz?
Saturday morning, registration if you've not pre-registered, and remember we have online registration available until 8 o'clock on Friday morning. But 9 o'clock is the start of the event with the 10K, 9:05 is the 5K run, and then at 9:40 the 1 mile walk, and then at 10:30 the kids fun run. So that's the time frame, but come on down, it's just a fun atmosphere.
And then BABS at 4 o'clock starts.
Doors open at 4 o'clock on Saturday, and the live auction will start at 7:45 sharp.
And here's the best news, the forecast high for Saturday, 60 degrees, a blend of clouds and sun with daytime highs approaching 60. I'll take credit for that. We've got to jump to news. You're listening to KDHL Radio in Faribault. Here's news from ABC.